What's good, astronauts? It's your boy Rose, and today we are going to be discussing how the kids stop smoking marijuana. Right before I even get into like what's making me stop smoking, I started smoking around 13 years old, very young. In my family, it was pretty much normal to be not even saying like it's normal to be smoking and drinking, but smoking and drinking was pretty much the norm in my family. Like I knew that everybody in my family at least drunk or smoked at least once in their lifetime. You feel me? And it was never something that was frowned upon or shamed or ridiculed. It's like, you figure your way out. You feel me? If that's what you use to cope, that's what you use to cope. I remember when I was younger, I used to always tell my sister, because I used to see her smoke, and I used to be like, I'm never smoking them cancer sticks. Never. To the point where I remember when she came down and she had seen me smoking for the first time, because they called me Papa. She was like, Papa, you smoking? Like, not the cancer sticks? And I was like, yeah. What really made me start smoking though is after the death of my mother, I became very sad and depressed. And ironically, my father actually was the first one to give me weed. And he used to always be like, smoke in the house, don't smoke outside, don't smoke with people. Like, I want you to feel comfortable like smoking here. Not to say he just gave it to me, but he seen how sad and depressed I was, and he was like, he gave me some weed to smoke. When he gave me the weed, I remember I was just laughing. I just kept laughing. I could not stop laughing. And that feeling was so therapeutic, because I remember during the time with my mom death, I remember I just wasn't laughing. Nothing made me happy. It was just like I was just lost. So I could see why he gave it to me when he did give it to me. At the time when I was smoking, it did what it was supposed to do at that time. Like, it gave me the sense of just release that I needed. You feel me? It made me feel loose. It made me not dwell on the things that really did not matter. At the time, I didn't think it mattered, but honestly, now that I look back, I feel like the weed is giving me a false sense of reality. You feel me? I feel like the weed makes me very content with life, and it makes me not even want to do certain things that I necessarily want to do. You feel me? Certain things that I just would want to change in my life. So what really made me stop smoking weed is the fact that the New Year's is coming up, and we are in October, and I feel like first of all, I feel like anything that you're doing within these 2 months is going to really define your New Year's. I don't think that people that start things on New Year's or say, I'm going to wait until the New Year's, actually continue those things. Me personally, I don't think, even when I used to say, oh, next year I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, or when the New Year's come, I'm going to eat better. When the New Year's come, I'm going to start taking life serious. It's like, start now, start today. So as I was talking to myself, I was like, I really need to set this discipline and commit to myself. I need to show myself that what I say go. I need to stand on business. That's the theme of next year. Stand on business. So this year I am standing on business, because I'm already, like, even though it's not 2024, I'm already set into the mindset of 2024. And in 2024, I am standing on business. You feel me? So that was that whole thing. And then I realized, like, it was a tug and pull with the weed. You feel me? Like, I would smoke when I'm bored. Like, I realized, like, even when it comes to like how I'm stopping myself from smoking, is I know that I have to be productive, not busy. You feel me? Because when I am just bored and I'm just chilling, I would rather be high and bored. I would rather be high and chill. You feel me? It's like, why am I sober just chilling? Why am I sober just being bored? So it's like, now that I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? I actually have to do things and be really intentional. It's like, if I know that when I'm at home bored, not doing anything, I would rather smoke and just be content with life and just sit around and watch TV and not really do anything, not go out and do much. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm content with not doing shit. Like, I'm happy. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm high. I'm chilling. I'm watching my movies. It's like, I am now wanting more out of life. And then at one point, I remember when I didn't have weed. Mind you, weed is so abundant in my life. Like, it's very abundant. But I remember at one point, it felt like if I didn't have weed, I would get angry and mad. It was like a tug and pull. And then I was like, I feel like I was getting mad sometimes if I didn't have weed. And then I was like, get upset to the point where I was like, damn, like, are you a weed head? Are you just relying on weed? You feel me? Even to the point where it's like I would smoke every single, like I smoke every single day. I'm not even saying a lot to y'all. I smoke every day. So when I just went cold turkey, it was more so of like the discipline factor, because the reason why I feel like I really stopped smoking weed is because we are in October. Matter of fact, it's October 28th. And this is day 4 of me stop smoking weed. And I just feel like however these 2 months are for me is going to define my New Year's. I never feel like I'm the type of person that, even in the past when I used to be like, oh, New Year, new me. And I would say like, okay, when the New Year's come, I'm gonna start exercising more. When the New Year's come, I'm gonna eat better. When the New Year's come, I'm gonna take life serious. But I realized when people say they're gonna do something for the New Year's, more than likely you're just waiting. You're waiting. Because you could do it now. You could literally start now, but you're trying to procrastinate just to get to do the things that you want to do. Smoke. If you want to smoke, smoke. So it's like, for me, I knew that I wanted to have more discipline. I wanted to commit to myself for the next 2 months and really take it serious. Like, I really said I was going to stop for 3 days. And that was, I forgot when, it was 3 days ago. So October 25th. And then my uncle passed away, right? Now he passed away before I even said this. And I remember I was like, okay, when the funeral comes, I'm probably going to want to smoke. So I was like, I'm going to do these 3 days, because at first I was like, no, I'm just going to wait until after Saturday. But then I was like, nah, you don't have to, like, for me, I don't have to continue to smoke just because I know that I'm going to smoke on Saturday. You feel me? It's like, if I'm going to smoke on Saturday, just smoke on Saturday. You don't have to keep smoking just because Saturday's coming and you may or may not want to smoke. I end up not smoking. You guys, I end up not smoking. I'm proud of myself. Give me a round of applause. Yay! I end up not smoking, but at the same time, it's like I wanted to set that discipline to where it was like, okay, even if you do smoke on Saturday, you still need to commit to yourself, right? You still need to tell yourself that this is something that you're trying to commit for you. This is something that you're doing for you. You feel me? So going through that whole phase and really committing to myself for the next 2 months. I'm even doing like a parasite cleanse, and also you know that thing where you put castor oil on your belly button? We're gonna see how that work out. Also, I feel like the weed was giving me a false sense of reality. It was making me so content with life and just not doing, I wouldn't say I wasn't doing nothing, but I feel like I was doing the bare minimum of what my life requires, you know? And other people's lives, I feel like it would be over and beyond, but because I know I'm capable of so much more, I feel like it was just the bare minimum for me. So I needed to switch it up and really discipline and commit to myself for these next 2 months, because it's really going to define my New Year's. And I feel like this is the path that I want to go on. And I also feel like the higher version of myself don't smoke every day. He don't smoke every day. He can smoke every day. He got so much stuff to do. You feel me? So to even tap in with my higher self, I have to start doing things that my higher self would be doing. And that would be not smoking as much, being more productive, going out, going to events, going to places where I know it's beneficial to me. You feel me? And if I'm smoking weed, it'll make me so content where I'm at in life, to the point to where I don't really want to do much. And that's just the reality. So that's the thing. Now, how I'm going about it is reasoning. Like, really have a good reasoning why you stop smoking. Last time I started smoking, I remember I started smoking about 7-8 months. And the reason why I stopped smoking in the beginning is because I wanted a job. I wanted another job. And I remember the jobs that I wanted all took drug tests. So I just stopped smoking completely. I remember like the last recent time I stopped smoking was for an Amazon job, an Amazon drug test. So I needed to stop smoking, and it worked for me because I had an actual plan on why I was not smoking. So one of my great tips for you guys, if you do want to stop smoking, is to actually have a reasoning. Tip for you, if you want to stop smoking, is to have a reasoning why you're not smoking. Like, what is the reason behind you not smoking? Because, like, let's suppose you saying, "Oh, I want to stop smoking so I can be more productive," right? If that's the case, because in the past, right, when I was telling myself, "Oh, I want to stop smoking so I can be more productive," if I was to do one or two things, mind you, not even like the most, like it's literally the bare minimum. If I was to do one or two things, it would literally satisfied enough to smoke weed. It would even get to the point where, like, let's suppose today I got a post, right? So I'll post something on Instagram, and for me, posting on Instagram is now mentally posting on Instagram is nothing. I literally have the content already in my phone, and I just gotta post and make the caption. And then with Chat GPT, the caption is pretty much write itself. You just gotta go in and edit them. You feel me? So at this point, I would post and then smoke. I would wake up and then smoke. I would eat and then smoke. I would finna go out and smoke. Another reason why I feel like I wanted to stop smoking is because every time I would go somewhere, I would have to smoke. I would have to smoke before I went somewhere. I would have to smoke before I eat. I would have to smoke after I eat. And I'm not even talking about like I have to smoke. It's like, no, I genuinely was like, I want to smoke, and I'm going to smoke before I leave. I'm going to smoke before I help like somebody out. I'm gonna smoke before I start a project. I'm gonna smoke after the project. I'm gonna smoke during the project. It was a whole bunch of smoking to the point where I realized I was in a constant state of high. You feel me? Like I really felt like I was in a constant state of high. It's like I constantly was high all the time. Whenever I felt like my highness was going down, I would smoke again. You feel me? To the point where, yeah, that shit had to stop because it was just too much.